Hunter x Hunter is an anime known for its thrilling adventures, complex characters, and emotional depth. While the series offers plenty of exciting battles and heartwarming friendships, it also delivers some incredibly sad moments that leave a lasting impact on viewers. From heart-wrenching goodbyes to devastating losses, these scenes highlight the emotional intensity that makes Hunter x Hunter unforgettable. But before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you want to get notified every time I upload a new video, click the bell icon as well. It really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Alright, let's get started. Kurapika's biggest goal is to destroy the Phantom Troop because they massacred his family, the Kurta clan. To achieve this, he creates a special power that only works against the Phantom Troop. But there's a catch. Using this power could kill him, or shorten his life. Kurapika does manage to defeat Uvogin, one of the troop's strongest members, and indirectly causes Pakunoda's demise. Despite these victories, Kurapika doesn't feel fulfilled. His revenge isn't complete, and it leaves him empty inside. He realizes that destroying the troop won't bring him peace. Instead, he decides to focus on collecting the Scarlet Eyes that were stolen from his family. Seeing Kurapika struggle with his anger and sadness is heart-wrenching. He learns that revenge isn't always the solution, and sometimes finding a less violent path can be better. Even though the Phantom Troop is bad, they're also interesting characters we don't want to lose. Kurapika's journey teaches us that holding on to anger can hurt more than heal. Nav is a hunter tasked with eliminating the Chimera ants. Things take a terrifying turn when he encounters Shiapoof's N, a powerful aura that shows just how cruel and mighty the Royal Guards are. Nav is paralyzed with fear, not just because they might kill him, but because of the horrible pain they would inflict to get information from him. In most anime, a character would just run away in fear, but Nav's reaction is much more intense. He doesn't just flee, he has a complete breakdown. He cries and questions all his life choices. The fear affects him so deeply that he has to drop out of the mission entirely. His hair falls out, he loses weight, and he looks utterly broken and haggard. Seeing Nav crumble like this is incredibly sad. The shock of seeing such a strong character reduced to this state hits hard. His breakdown is a powerful reminder of just how dangerous and frightening the Chimera ants really are. Nav's collapse is a mix of horror and heartbreak, showing that even the bravest heroes can be vulnerable. Leorio has a big dream: to become a doctor and open a free clinic for those who can't afford medical care. This dream was born from a tragedy. One of Leorio's friends died from a treatable illness simply because they couldn't afford the treatment. Determined to stop this from happening to others, Leorio decided to become a doctor. But there's a big problem. He doesn't have enough money for his education, let alone to provide free medical services. To solve this, Leorio applies for the Hunter exam. Passing this dangerous and grueling exam would give him the money he needs for medical school. On the surface, his story sounds inspiring, but it's also incredibly sad. Leorio has to risk his life in the Hunter exam just to be able to help others. What makes it even sadder is how relatable it is. Many people struggle with paying for medical bills or college tuition, making Leorio's story hit close to home. It's a powerful reminder of how real and tough the world can be, even in a show filled with fantastical adventures. Gyro's backstory doesn't involve one of the main characters, but it sets a dark tone for the Chimera Ant arc. Gyro was the king of NGL with a horrible goal: to spread chaos and misery worldwide. But Gyro wasn't always like this. As a little boy, he was kind and well-meaning. Gyro's father was extremely strict, enforcing harsh rules like making Gyro work at a construction site all day and never letting him leave the house after 9 p.m. If Gyro broke these rules, the punishment was severe. Despite this, Gyro believed his father loved him. One time, his father even took care of him when he was sick, which made Gyro think the rules were for his own good. However, everything changed when Gyro attacked a child who made fun of his father. The child revealed a painful truth. Gyro's father didn't love him at all. The strict rules were only to keep Gyro from inconveniencing him. Gyro's father didn't care if Gyro lived or died. This revelation shattered Gyro's hope for a happy life and any faith he had in humanity. This loss of hope and love led Gyro down a dark path, turning him into the tyrant he became as an adult. His story is a chilling reminder of how cruelty and lack of love can transform a person into something unrecognizable. The Phantom Troop might be ruthless to others, but their loyalty to each other is unbreakable. Pakunoda's sacrifice is a testament to this deep bond. Kurapika uses his judgment chain technique to create a deadly condition. If Pakunoda reveals his identity and the nature of his abilities to the troop, she will die. Despite this, Pakunoda decides to share the crucial information using her memory bomb ability. Pakunoda's choice to sacrifice herself leaves the other troop members questioning why she would go to such lengths. They grapple with a mix of gratitude and deep sorrow, realizing the immense loyalty Pakunoda had for them. Her death is a heart-wrenching moment, showing that even within a group of criminals, there is a strong sense of family and sacrifice. Watching Pakunoda's final moments is incredibly sad, as it highlights the complex relationships within the troop. Her willingness to die for her comrades is a powerful reminder of the lengths people will go for those they care about, even in the darkest of circumstances. When we first meet Chairman Isaac Netero, it's during a fun challenge where he plays a ball game with Gon and Killua in the Hunter exam. However, his last moments are far from cheerful. In his final battle with Meruem, the powerful leader of the Chimera Ants, Netero quickly realizes that defeating Meruem through sheer strength is impossible. Instead of trying to escape, Netero chooses to make the ultimate sacrifice. Hidden inside his body is the poor man's rose bomb, a deadly weapon. He detonates it, causing a massive explosion that nearly destroys Meruem. However, the blast alone isn't enough to finish the job. The true weapon is the poison released by the bomb, which eventually takes Meruem down. Netero's death is a significant loss for the entire Hunter Association. Even those who didn't always agree with his leadership feel the weight of his sacrifice. His combination of humor and incredible power makes him a character beloved by the audience, and his absence is deeply felt. Netero's final act is a heroic, yet tragic, end to a remarkable character. Killua's heartfelt apology to Iruka for being a bad big brother is a touching moment. However, the truly heartbreaking scenes are when the Zoldyck family refers to Iruka as a thing. Each time one of her parents or siblings says she isn't part of the family, misgenders her, or treats her with extreme disdain, it's gut-wrenching. Iruka possesses incredible power, and it's somewhat understandable that her family might be wary of it. But hearing them talk about their child or sister as if she isn't even human is deeply sad. It shows a lack of love and acceptance that cuts deeply, especially for someone as young and vulnerable as Iruka. This cold treatment by the Zoldyck family highlights the cruelty that can exist even within a family. It's a stark reminder that fear and prejudice can lead people to treat their loved ones terribly. Watching Iruka endure this treatment without any positive moments to balance it out makes it one of the saddest scenes in the series. While training under Biscuit, Killua faces a tough ultimatum: figure out how to defeat Knuckle and Shoot, or leave Gon's side forever. Biscuit isn't being mean. She believes that if Killua can't get a grip on his fears, he will abandon Gon when it matters most. If Killua can't be there for Gon in a crisis, it's better for Gon not to rely on him at all. This ultimatum sends Killua into a spiral of self-doubt. He's forced to question the most meaningful friendship he's ever had. The pressure and fear of losing Gon make Killua confront his inner demons. Eventually, this leads to a significant breakthrough. Killua removes the mind control needle that his brother Illumi placed in his head. This needle had been controlling Killua's actions and causing him to doubt himself. While the ultimatum ultimately results in something positive, the journey to that point is filled with intense inner pain. Watching Killua struggle with the idea of losing his best friend and his fears about his own reliability is incredibly sad. His emotional turmoil in this scene is palpable, making it one of the most heart-wrenching moments in the series. Before he gets a chance to live a normal life, Squalla is one of the senior bodyguards working for the Nostrade family, and he really hates his job. All he wants is to quit, settle down with his girlfriend Erica, and live a peaceful life with their pet dogs. It's easy to root for him and hope he achieves this happy future. But sadly, that's not what happens. Before Squalla can leave his dangerous, thankless job, he's killed by Nobunaga and Pakunoda. This devastating moment cuts short his dreams of a normal life. The aftermath is even more heartbreaking as Erica and the dogs are left devastated. Watching Erica cry over Squalla's death truly drives home the sadness of the scene. Squalla's story is a reminder of how cruel and unfair life can be. He was so close to escaping his dangerous life for something better, but fate had other plans. This tragic ending shows that sometimes, even the most hopeful dreams can be shattered in an instant. When we first meet Pakal and Ponzu, they're contestants in the hunter exams. Both give it their all, but only Pakal passes and moves toward his goal of becoming a beast hunter. Despite not passing, Ponzu's bee-based techniques prove useful, and she joins Pakal and a few friends to infiltrate NGL and confront the Chimera ants. Sadly, neither Pakal nor Ponzu make it out alive. Ponzu is tragically shot multiple times while Pakal is captured by the Chimera ants. The ants force him to reveal the secrets of Nen, torturing him in the process. Pakal's broken voice as an ant fiddles with his brain is horrifying and deeply unsettling. The saddest part is a brief, poignant moment before their deaths. Pakal and Ponzu ride a motorcycle together, looking content in each other's company. Though they aren't confirmed to be in a relationship, this moment hints at what could have been, adding another layer of tragedy to their untimely demises. Their deaths serve as a brutal reminder of the dangers in the world of Hunter x Hunter and the fleeting nature of happiness. Just when they seemed to have found a moment of peace, it was ripped away, leaving us to mourn the loss of their potential futures. When Kite's allies finally recover his body, it's not the relief they hoped for. What they find is much worse than Kite simply being dead. His body is controlled by the Chimera ant's Nen, making him unable to recognize his friends and forcing him to mindlessly attack anyone who comes near. Gon is heartbroken and repeatedly tries to get close to Kite, even though it results in him getting hurt. The moment is even more devastating in retrospect because everyone believes Kite is still alive underneath his controlled state. In reality, what they're facing is little more than a well-preserved corpse. This harsh truth is a crushing blow, especially for Gon, who idolizes Kite. Seeing Kite reduced to this state is a powerful and tragic reminder of the Chimera ants' cruelty and the harsh realities of their world. The sight of Gon desperately reaching out to his mentor, only to be met with violence, is one of the most heart-wrenching scenes in the series. In one of the more brutal moments of the series, a little boy named Kurt and a little girl named Reina are attacked by Chimera ants and transformed into Chimera ants themselves. Kurt becomes a winged being who integrates into the Chimera ants' ranks, while Reina is turned into a silent little girl with an ant's head. After Meruem and the royal guards are defeated, the surviving Chimera ants try to reintegrate into society. Among them is Reina, who is finally reunited with her mother. One might expect her mom to recoil in horror at the sight of her daughter with an ant head, but instead, she immediately recognizes Reina and embraces her with love. This heartwarming moment is a stark contrast to the horror and suffering that preceded it. Reina's reunion with her mother is a bittersweet reminder of the resilience of familial love. Despite the physical transformation and the pain it took to get there, the bond between mother and daughter remains unbroken. It's a touching scene that brings a glimmer of hope and happiness amidst the darkness of the Chimera Ant arc. When Gon finally realizes that Neferpitou can't heal Kite, his world shatters. Initially, he repeats the information to himself, struggling to process the finality of death. But once the reality sinks in, Gon is consumed by a rage no one ever thought possible. He taps into all the power he will ever have in his life to seek revenge and destroy Pitou. This isn't a triumphant moment, it's deeply tragic. Seeing a sweet, well-meaning kid like Gon become so filled with rage and grief that he has no room left for mercy is heartbreaking. His transformation is a stark reminder of how overwhelming emotions can lead even the kindest people to dark places. The aftermath is just as devastating. Killua's shocked reaction to finding his best friend horribly changed by anger and sorrow adds another layer of sadness. Killua sees the toll Gon's rage has taken, and it's clear that their friendship, as well as Gon's innocence, has suffered a profound impact. After Gon uses limitation transformation, his body is nearly destroyed. Seeing Gon so profoundly damaged is heartbreaking, but what really drives the sadness home is Killua's reaction. Killua blames himself for not stopping Gon from taking such drastic measures. He's terrified of losing his best friend and feels immense guilt. This deep-seated guilt comes to the surface during a conversation with Palm, where Killua expresses his fear and sorrow. Killua's reaction isn't the only sad one. Ging's seeming indifference to Gon's condition is also hard to watch, and Leorio's clumsy but heartfelt speech in front of the other hunters adds to the emotional weight. However, it's Killua's guilty tears that truly capture the depth of misery. His anguish over Gon's state and his determination to save him by using Aluka's wish ability are both heart-wrenching and moving. Killua's sorrow and guilt highlight the strength of his bond with Gon. It's a powerful reminder of the lengths he'll go to for his friend and the emotional toll it takes on him. Watching Killua break down over Gon's condition is one of the most tear-jerking moments in the series. This isn't just one of the saddest scenes in Hunter x Hunter. It's one of the saddest scenes in anime, period. As the king of the Chimera Ants, Meruem isn't sure what the point of his existence is beyond amassing power. While his royal guards find plenty of meaning in that pursuit, Meruem seeks something more personally fulfilling. He finds this with Komugi, a human girl who is an expert at a game called Gunji. When playing with her, he becomes utterly captivated by the game, and unexpectedly by Komugi herself. He forms a deep bond with her, one he never thought himself capable of. Tragically, their time together is cut short. After the poison from Netero's poor man's rose infects Meruem, he wants to spend his remaining moments playing one last game of Gungi with Komugi. Despite his warning that the poison is contagious, Komugi chooses to stay with him, accepting her fate. They play until their strength wanes, then lay in each other's arms, calling out to one another until only Komugi remains. And there you have it, the top 15 saddest moments in Hunter x Hunter. Each of these scenes showcases the series' ability to blend action with deep, emotional storytelling, leaving a lasting impact on fans. Whether it's through the heartbreaking sacrifices, the painful goodbyes, or the moments of pure despair, Hunter x Hunter never shies away from exploring the full spectrum of human emotion. Did we miss any moments that you found especially tear-jerking? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more anime content. If you like what I do in here, Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.